I'd like to begin by thanking the people of Clare who voted for me. I'd also like to thank the people of Clare who didn't vote for me, but did vote. And I'd especially like to thank the people of Clare who opened their doors and listened, because it's the third general election that I've fought, and it was the one in which I think more people didn't open their doors. Not to me, but to canvassers. They knew there was a canvasser outside, and they didn't want to hear it, and they didn't want to hear about it. And that's quite a worrying development, I think, for everybody in this House and for democracy. And it's one, I think, that we all have to think about and to contemplate on. I mean, we do have a duty to collaborate and to hold a government to account. Deputy Naughton mentioned it in his speech today to be Ceann Comhairle. I'd also like to not to let this opportunity pass without congratulating you, Ceann Comhairle, but we do have to devise mechanisms by which whoever the government is, and we all know it's going to take a long time to form a government, that it's not a winner-take-all scenario, that government can be held to account by the opposition, but also by its own backbenchers. And I have plenty of experience of being a backbencher in a large government and some of the frustrations that come with that. There's been a lot of discussion of winners and we won the election. Well, I have the fortunate situation on this occasion, and I've experienced the other side of it, of winning an election. Each and every one of the 160 people in this chamber won an election. It's not down to one party winning an election. It never is. It's comprised of a national legislature whose duty is to legislate, elect a stable government and devise a mechanism to hold that government to account. There's been discussions of republicanism too. As a Republican, I respect the mandate of each and every member of this House. And I respect the mandate, and I like to think I always did when I was in this House, respected the mandate that Sinn Féin had. But, you know, because I come from a constituency that elected Eamon de Valera doesn't make me a Republican no more than Deputy Carthy, because you come from a constituency which elected a hunger strike at a particular time, doesn't make you a Republican. I'm a Republican because of how I view the world, or my ideology. And I think a republic isn't about the past. A republic is about tomorrow. It's never about yesterday. And we all have a duty, I think, to protect an ethos of equality and equality of access. So I appreciate the time is short, and I just like to thank. We mentioned winners. I'd like to pay tribute to three former TDs in Clare who haven't been returned to this stall: Deputy Harty, and Deputy Dooley and Deputy Breen, who, regardless of the differences, the many differences that I've had with them as individuals, I acknowledge the sacrifice that they made, and it's not maybe the power and the glory, it's very far from it in reality, and I would like to acknowledge the sacrifice they made and the sacrifice that their families made to be here. Thank you, Ceann Comhairle.